We are the Chapmans from Ozark, Missouri, and that was a tune from our last CD, Follow Me, and we're going to play some songs from our new CD that just came out in April entitled Simple Man, and this next tune is one of those. It's one that was written by Bob Amos, who we grew up with out in Colorado, and he played with the group Front Range. I guess he still plays with the group Front Range,
that is correct.
But he wrote this song a few years back, and it's all about a forest fire, one called Fire in the Canyon.
Boulder Creek is drying out, and the grass is turning brown, and that rain just won't fall down on the dried out dusty ground, on the dried out dusty ground. Something strange is in the air, and the wind cries in despair. There's not a songbird anywhere dispel our growing fear. I got my car, which sat I see down the canyon, 3 miles from me. Towering flames and clouds of gray. Just pack the truck and drive away. Pack the truck and drive away. Houses burned and dreams were lost. A few were spared that dreadful cost. But for those who fed the flames, only memories remain. Only memories remain. Mother Nature gives us life, but if we don't treat her right, there's one lesson that remains. She can take back what she gave. She can take back what she gave.
Hi, I'm Patty Williams, and welcome to Bluegrass on Stage. We just heard the Chapmans, and I'm here in the studio with Bill Chapman. Bill, welcome to Bluegrass on Stage.
Well, we appreciate it, Patty. We're glad to be here.
Thanks. Bill, take us back to where you started with bluegrass music.
Well, I guess our start with bluegrass music was back in Denver, Colorado. We started going to some jam sessions and some local concerts, and before long we had to buy some instruments and try it for ourselves. Over a period of time, I think everybody just got enough interest to where they picked an instrument and stuck with it a while.
How old were the boys when all this?
It varied. I guess they started 8, 10 years old around
Okay.
there. The interests, sometimes it went from one instrument to another. Like John started out playing fiddle, and eventually decided that guitar was for him. He liked that a lot, and I think he went to a Tony Rice concert and that persuaded him or something.
Now, who were some of your peers, or who did you like to listen to back in those days, in your early days of music?
Well, I guess the first real professional band that we were introduced to would have been Hot Rise. I don't know if you remember
Tim
Hot
O'Brien?
Rise, yeah.
Oh yeah, one of my favorites.
Yeah, and we kind of started out with our interest about the same time that they started their band, and they used to play pretty much at a local restaurant there, and we got acquainted with them early on, and right about that time their careers took off, and they became pretty well known nationally. But it was kind of neat to just go there and eat some food and watch Hot Rise.
Oh, that would be wonderful. That'd be a great night. Which one of your boys kind of showed promise that you might want to take your show out on the road?
Well, I guess that would be John. He was the oldest at the time, and he started out playing fiddle, and he took some fiddle lessons and attended, some of the local fiddle concerts and contests and things. And but after a while, he did take to the guitar, and he was the one that started playing the most at first, and then I think one after another, just so they didn't feel left out, the others joined in.
I see. Now, you're originally from the Northeast?
Yeah, Pennsylvania.
And
Yep.
you migrated from there into Colorado.
Right.
And now
right.
you're in Ozark, Missouri?
That's correct, yeah. Ozark, for people who don't know where that's located, it's like about halfway between Springfield and Branson, Missouri, down in the southwest corner.
Now, what brought you there?
Well, several things. We were playing a lot at Silver Dollar City each year. They would have special bluegrass shows, and we'd play there. And also, we just tried to pick a place in the middle of the country that was fairly economical to live, had a low crime rate, just seemed like the quality of life would be good, and that was Ozark.
You live out in the country?
Sort of. It's in a housing development, but it's kind of out in the country.
Yeah? You're real comfortable there, I take it.
Oh, it's pretty nice, yeah.
Great. Where do you fit in with joining the boys with the music and your banjo?
Well, I was there too. I was playing the banjo, messing around with that probably before any of them. But we just, we started out. My wife played some bass. We managed to find a good deal on a bass for her, and she played upright bass. And John would play his fiddle or his guitar, and it was just the three of us for a while there. And then Jeremy was soon to join in with the mandolin, and pretty soon Jason took over the bass.
Now, having a family band, coming from the roots of that myself, that's a big step, quitting your daytime job and then going on the road.
Yeah.
When did you decide to do that, and what was prompted you to do something like that?
It was kind of a gradual thing. We sort of went to like part-time jobs and then phased them out after a while. But it does take a lot of commitment, and we figured we'd give it a shot for a few years and see if anything became of it. And if it didn't, well, we might lose a few years of time. But
you guys have done really well for yourself. You were IBMA's Emerging Artist of the Year, and you got a brand new CD out.
Right. The new CD we're real proud of. It did good. We actually had a winning team, putting the CD together. We had some great players on it. Gary Pachoza, who's one of the greatest engineers that's ever done anything with acoustic music, agreed to work on it with us, and which is a real treat. I mean, it's not, no matter of money can get him. He's just so busy all the time that, he has to definitely pick and choose projects that he really believes in, and that was great having him. And the album's done real well for us. It debuted at #4 on Billboard, which was really cool.
That's tremendous.
First time our record label ever had anybody do that.
That's tremendous.
So that's pretty cool.
What do you do in your spare time, Bill?
There isn't much of it anymore. It used to be, but not so much anymore.
You have any hobbies?
Well, I like to read, and just do kind of normal things. We developed a home studio as part of the last album, and I've been working a lot on that, trying to learn to be a better engineer. I think Gary inspired us a lot that way.
I see.
He also helped us purchase some really good gear and things like that.
Have you been on the Opry?
No, we're working on that. Actually, our publicist is working on some dates for us this year for the Opry. We've played the Ryman before. That was kind of cool. And we've done some live shows on WSM that was pretty neat too. Just from a historical perspective, to be there, where all the country artists have been over the years and things, and it's just been great.
You will be at IBMA this fall?
Yeah. It's in Nashville this year, which will be kind of interesting. But I also think that it's going to connect more with the music industry because just about the entire business of music in America is done in Nashville, and it's, it could be a really good move for the music in general.
Eli makes a living selling sweet corn by the road. Never made a big deal out of life. Born the son of a preacher, he did what he was told. He was a simple man, doing what was right. A simple man. Upon the grocery, there's a man who stalks the shelves, arranging things so everyone can see. Every day he goes to work and every night he leaves, and no one knows a greater pride than he, a simple man. Oh, to the simple man in his easy-going way, his triumphs and tribulations few. And though he may seem humble in our ever-changing world, you can't fault a simple man till you're walking in his shoes. Jacob was a blind man sitting on a curb, his cup held high for anybody's change. Walked the streets alone now for nearly 40 years. His willfulness is masking all his pain. A simple man. Oh, to the simple man in his easy-going way, his triumphs and tribulations few. And though he may seem humble in our ever-changing world, we can't fault a simple man till walking in his shoes. We can't fault a simple man till walking in his shoes.
The next guy we're going to introduce to you right now is the oldest brother, and he does most of the guitar playing for the band and most of the lead singing. He's a three-time Guitar Player of the Year award winner in bluegrass music, and he's getting married soon, so we're awful excited for him and proud to have him here. We're going to have him sing you a song from the CD right now and introduce him to you. That's John Chapman.
We're going to do a tune here that we were really impressed with. First time we heard this on demo, it just kind of knocked us out. And later heard from Rhonda Vincent, who knows the writer, and we were told that the story is that his daughter lost somebody that was really dear to her, and I believe is actually a fiance. And he saw what that was doing and decided that he'd kind of write a song all about it. So this makes it really impressive. We just love this tune, and I hope you all like it too. It's one called The Photograph. I've got to hand it to you. You've got a great attitude. You keep that gleam in your eye, much better than I, when the chips are down. It always shows on your face that look just gives it away. Guess that's the beauty of you, your love shining through on the darkest days. You don't ever stop smiling. You don't ever look like anything's gone wrong. You're just there on my wall to remind me of all the love we had. I just look at you there. Oh, and sometimes I swear I hear you say everything is okay, it'll be alright. Wish I had your point of view, see things the way that you do, 'cause it ain't all black and white, living my life missing you. You don't ever stop smiling. You don't ever look like anything's gone wrong. You're just there on my wall to remind me of all the love we had. You don't ever stop smiling. You don't ever look like anything's gone wrong. You're just there on my wall to remind me of all the love we had. Got one more fella to introduce to you right now that does an amazing job picking the bass, and we voted him the sexiest man on stage, and he's real proud of that. He lives it up. That's right. Now it's on television. So watch out, George Clooney. He does a real fine job, and we're real proud to have him. This is Jason Chapman over here on the upright bass. Candy kisses wrapped in paper mean more to you than any of mine. Candy kisses wrapped in paper you'd rather have than any old time. Once my heart was filled with gladness, now there's sadness, only tears, candy kisses wrapped in paper mean more to you than mine do, dear. Well, they mean more to you than mine do, dear. Oh. Well, now it's time to introduce the last fella here in the group, and we're going to invite him back to the stage right now. He can come back anytime he wants to, but now he's invited. He does a real fine job picking the banjo, and we only introduced him last, well, because he's the old guy. That's what we're going to decide. It's because he's the old guy. But he does a real fine job, and we're going to kind of feature him on a good old Bill Monroe tune here. Yes, I cannot speak my B's today. Bill Monroe. He does a real fine job, and we're going to get him to kick this off. This is Bill Chapman over here on the 5-string banjo. Linda kissed me as she cried. I told her that would not linger. I'd be back here by your side. I'm going back to old Kentucky, there to see my Linda Lou. I'm going back to old Kentucky, where the skies are always blue. You know I love you. I long for you both night and day. When the rose bloom in old Kentucky, I'll be coming back to stay. I'm going back to old Kentucky, there to see my Linda Lou. I'm going back to old Kentucky, where the skies are always blue.
Welcome back to Bluegrass on Stage. I'm Larry Williams, and we're here with the Chapmans. How you guys doing?
We're doing good. Glad to be
Great.
here.
I'm going to start with the youngest member and the bass player to the band.
That's you.
Yeah, that's you.
Gotta be more specific.
Well, I wouldn't say most mature because you guys have to fight over that one. Yeah. How'd you inherit the bass?
Well, it was well, Mom was playing bass when they first started the band, so I watched her play and sat and sold their tapes at the tape table, and wanted to be up on stage, I guess, and it was sitting in the living room. So when I'm at home, I just walk by and play with it every day, and eventually I started playing more on stage, and they got me to do a couple songs on the first album that we put out ourselves, and very slowly I just started taking over.
So being the youngest of the brothers, do you take any grief from the older boys?
Yeah, I think that's just like any other family.
He's also the biggest, though, so we can't give him too much grief.
It just only goes so far.
Is that why you're the biggest? Is because you're the youngest to fight back?
Survival.
Survival of the fittest.
What are your hobbies outside of music?
Oh, boy, music takes up a lot of time. We play a lot of video games, watch a lot of TV.
Favorite game?
Movies. Halo.
Xbox Live.
Yes,
I played it. I can
Meet me
admit to
on
being
there.
very bad at it.
So can we.
Good. Oh, girlfriends or anything?
No.
Is it easy to have a girlfriend and be on the road?
Apparently not.
I wouldn't know.
They run for me. I mean, I'm not a very fast runner. That's another hobby I'm working on. I'm trying to build myself up to a plateau. I can walk about 30
I've actually
feet
heard
right now.
a real good theory about running. Never run unless being chased. Try that.
That's what the girls
Yeah,
learn.
that's what they tell me.
Well, we're going to come on down to the mandolin player, Mr. Jeremy. You had a deal with Gibson not too long ago. Did you not get a mandolin out of the deal?
Yes, I did, and it's that one right there. I ended up going down to the factory in Nashville, and one of the guys that runs the mandolin division, Danny Roberts, saw us at a festival and asked me, if I'd be interested in playing one of their mandolins, and I said, sure. I've always liked the Sam Bush model in particular, so I went down to the Gibson factory and tried out about 4 or 5 of them, and this one really just stood out to me, and it's turned out to be a great mandolin.
Well, that's cool. Is mandolin, we saw you play some guitar earlier. Is mandolin your only instrument?
Mandolin's the main instrument. I don't play too much else. Like I said, a little guitar on that song, and that actually I had to learn after we recorded the CD, Ron Block cut all that stuff, and then we're like, how are we going to duplicate that on stage? And seeing that song didn't have any mandolin, I had to kind of pick up guitar and pretend I was Ron Block for a while.
Any other instruments to your credit?
For goofing off, I got a room full of instruments. I got bongos and I got a didgeridoo. And
We
a
all enjoy the
keyboard,
didgeridoo, I think, the most.
a little flute that makes a lot of noise. So that's about it.
And for fun?
That's that was a list of things for
That
fun.
was the
No.
fun? Okay.
Same as Jason played a lot, probably too many video games and do a lot of reading.
I remember you helped me put together a slideshow for Byron Goes Bluegrass when you were up here. There was pictures of bowling balls with extra holes in it. There was pictures of people sleeping in the van. My personal favorite had to be the one of what's worse than a Chapman playing harmonica, one backing a bump on fiddle or something like that.
Yeah.
That was an awesome
Kitty
picture.
pictures.
Yeah. Let's move down here to John. John, you got the list of titles to your credit. How many Guitar Player of the Year awards you having right now?
You know what? I can't remember. I think it's 3, I believe.
And that's all through Spigma?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
You gonna get an IBMA one under your belt yet?
Who knows? Like I said, it's all up to everybody else but me. I just, it's not a main concern, for me. It's absolutely wonderful. It's a great thing, to have. But with us, I prefer, working together as a band, getting our music together as to what we really want to do. So.
Well, in your introduction earlier, they said that you are recently engaged.
It's true.
So you're making that work on the road.
Well,
how's that going?
Sort of. It's going great, actually. I've been with this gal for 3.5 years now, and she's handled it very well. Better than I ever expected, and it's just it's one of those things. She's a special gal, and I just really enjoy it. So.
Well, that's great. Dad, Bill.
Yeah.
What's it like working with the boys on the road? How do you ever have to lay the smack down?
It has its moments.
The smackdown.
Yeah, I think that they're a little bit more out of control now than they were before. But
now more than they were before.
Yeah,
You'd think it'd be the other way.
If we misbehave, he just pulls a banjo out and starts playing real loud.
Yeah, that'll usually bring them in line.
We have
quiet him down a little
we
bit.
overthrew the parental government a while back, and now it's.
Trying to separate
It's total rebellion now. Anarchy.
We created a coup.
Oh. Any funny road stories or any travel stories you'd like to share with us?
Funny road stories.
Besides Jason getting kicked out of the Steak and Shake.
Oh, well, that wouldn't be the first time I've been
If you go into Steak and Shake, don't turn their sign around that says,
Yeah.
please wait to be seated. They don't think
learned
it's
that.
very funny.
We actually got chased out of a Steak and Shake recently with some friends because they didn't like the way we played with their "Please wait to be seated" sign.
We were having fun.
They didn't enjoy it as much as we did. So
You're scheduled to be part of the Bluegrass Cruise this year. Tell us a little bit about that.
it's going to be a lot of fun. We did it not this last year, but the year before, and it's an absolute blast. 7 days on the Royal Caribbean cruise line, and just 7 days of bluegrass and sun and just a little bit of everything.
No Chapman Speedos or anything, right?
Actually, Jason has vowed to wear a Speedo all 7 days of that.
If I had known you were going to ask this question, I just bought a new snorkeling kit, and I would have bought it and wore it for you. It looks really cool. Yeah, it was. We did, like John said, a couple years ago, and it was just a blast. You know, we didn't know how much fun we were going to have because we'd never done a cruise, but snorkeling and just hanging out on the cruise ship. And the great thing is because it's a bluegrass cruise, you've got a lot of other people that you know on there, so you can, you know, while the cruise is going from one port to another, you can socialize with a bunch of friends and stuff. So it was a blast.
Talking about songs and stuff, you've written a few songs.
A few in our time. We need to. I think that's one of the things the band as a group wants to focus a little more on is writing a few more songs. But
Well, where have you drawn your inspirations from in the past?
different places. I mean, we've written. It seems like it's been quite a few years since we wrote a song with lyrics on it. Like I have the instrumental tune that's on the new CD, but it's been tough.
Where did that title come from? What is that called?
Pickle flavored ice cream.
Pickle flavored ice cream.
That actually, I couldn't come up with a title for the song that was befitting of it. So I went to inspiration from a friend of ours. They have a young son, he was about 4 years old, and for a long time he wouldn't talk much, and then all of a sudden he started talking, and we got him to say that he loves pickle flavored ice cream, you know, just to see the reaction he'd get from everybody. And so then every time he'd see you, I like pickle flavored ice cream, and you know, you'd have to react real disgusted, and so that ended up inspiring me for a title.
I know you guys have a few sponsors you'd like to mention. What are some of your sponsors?
Well, we've had great dealings with a lot of companies. Of course, GHS Strings, which is based out of Michigan. They've worked with us for a lot of years, along with First Quality Music Supplies and West Tone Monitors, who supply us with our in-ear monitor system. Is there anybody else I'm forgetting here? Gibson Mandolin, Sullivan Banjos.
JDS.
That's right, JDS Guitars. I got a new guitar getting ready to come out, which is will be a signature model of mine under JDS Guitars, so that should be coming out here in the next few weeks. So.
What are some of your highlights of the career in the family band and traveling?
Well, I think one of my favorite parts is we've been over to Europe twice now. First time we played over in Vienna. We were over there for a full week, and we got to walk on the same streets that Mozart walked on, and just visit all that history of music over there. And then we got to go back again this last year, and we stayed a bunch over in Holland, and even got to go to Paris, see the Eiffel Tower. So that's something, those are fringe benefits of the career that I think have been great. I don't know, we've had other highlights. Playing the Ryman was really cool.
That was great. Of course, when we won the IBMA Emerging Artist Award, that was a very cool thing, because that's, one of those deals where it's completely voted on by your peers and other musicians and people that we, respect and admire, and, for them to have, put us in that position, that was just incredible that night. That was just a lot of fun.
We smiled a couple days after that.
Yeah.
What about you, Jason? What do you got?
I don't know. Just traveling, getting to play with my family. Yeah, like I said earlier, pretty girls. I can't catch them. I don't know. It's just great traveling with your family, and sometimes I sit up on stage and look over at John and think, I wish he wasn't on stage with me. But other times it's a lot of fun. So
that's really nice.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Now you know what he's
Being in a
thinking when he's
bluegrass
looking at you like
band,
that.
You got anything to add to that, Bill?
No, I just think that the whole thing, doing it as a family and spending quality time together is good, and it's kind of a thrill too to have the albums do well, and when you have an album and you can walk in some music stores and see your album and things like that, Walmarts and stuff.
Speaking of the album, is that where you can get them? Can you get them at Walmart?
You should be able to
Pretty
pick them
much,
up
yeah.
at Walmart. I know Borders has them, if you have a Borders around.
I know Borders is doing some listening stations. Barnes & Noble. Most music retailers should have them. I know Even some Best Buys ended up picking it up, but it's more like a regional if they have a bluegrass section. Same thing with Walmart. But if you can't find it in your store, call them up or ask them to get it, and any store can get it in, or you can get it online also.
Well, that's how I got my copy. Was you can get it personalized online. That's a nice touch.
Yes, you can get it directly from our website also.
Shanty in the field there all alone. Worn out burlap sack hanging over the window, and the smoke from it over the burning stove. In the shanty lives an old man from nowhere. Well, the only name I ever knew was Reed. Mama said he was a drunkard in her childhood. She wished that he'd just pack his things and leave. Don't you go near the shanty, son, the old man's got a gun. And when he gets to drinking, he'll shoot it just for fun. But they never knew that I was the old man's only friend. The old man in the shanty, how I still remember him. Mornings I slip out of my window. He'd be waiting at the shanty by the door. Plate of homemade bread, bacon, eggs, and butter that he'd made on his old wood burning stove. Well, he told me how he came about living there, how his family had died that awful day. Now the only thing he turned to was the bottle, and ever since has he let the bottle lay. Don't you go near the shanty, son, the old man's got a gun. And when he gets to drinking, he'll shoot it just for fun. But they never knew that I was the old man's only friend. The old man in the shanty, how I still remember him. I saw him, so I guess the bottle finally won. With a dying breath he turned up to the ceiling, said, God forgive me for all that I have done. So I laid him in the place that he showed me. I said a prayer, sang a song as I dug. No one knew what had happened to the stranger. They thought that he just packed his things and gone. Don't you go near the shanty, son, the old man's got a gun. And when he gets to drinking, he'll shoot it just for fun. But they never knew that I was the old man's only friend. The old man in the shanty, how I still remember him. He's just an old man in the shanty, how I still remember him. Follow me to Tennessee, that's where I'm going. I've been gone for too long. I'm going back to find the girl, I hope she's waiting for the rambling boy who left her all alone. Well, it seemed like only yesterday we were walking hand in hand, dreaming of tomorrow and making nice plans. But somewhere I found a rambling heart and started off to roam, chasing a dream, but I left her all alone. Follow me to Tennessee, that's where I'm going. I've been gone for too long. I'm going back to find the girl, I hope she's waiting for the rambling boy who left her all alone. work has been real good. Made a lot of money just like I thought I would. But the money, it can't buy the thing I wanted most, it seems. A brown-haired, blue-eyed girl way back in Tennessee. Follow me to Tennessee, that's where I'm going. I've been gone for too long. I'm going back to find the girl, I hope she's waiting for the man, the boy who left her all alone. Till I find her. How wrong I was to leave her there that way. How each turning of the wheel is a reminder of how many times I thought about the things I'm going to say. Follow me to Tennessee, that's where I'm going. I've been gone for too long. I'm going back to find the girl, I hope she's waiting for the man, the boy who left her all alone.
Well, thanks again for joining us on Bluegrass on Stage. This is the Chapmans, and you can learn more about them at their website, which is thechapmansonline.com. And thank you for tuning in to Bluegrass on Stage.